Hi viewers, welcome to codev.io. With this tutorial I'm starting my channel. Today we are going to be coding very simple website. This is just very basic one. If you are already a developer or you know how to use HTML and CSS, then this video is not for you. Let's get started. This is the website that we are going to build now. We have three buttons, which is home, vision and mission, and contact us. It's very simple layout used with little pictures, and we have contact us. We have a Google Map integration as well, and there is for field and submit. Anyhow, we are not covering the email submission at this point, since we are not including any server-side script or JavaScript here, but it's just to give a idea how we build the form level. As my stage setup, I have HTML index.html, just a blank, and I have two logos, one colored and the other one is gray. Anyway, we are not going to use a grayscale one. We'll be using only the colored one. As a first come first, we start with the regular HTML tagging. So these are the default tagging for HTML5. Let's define the page title. We will call it simple website, and let's link a CSS file. In this case, we have not we don't have a file so far, so we'll create one. Style.css. We just created now. Let's keep it aside. Let's link the file. Link style.css, and that's it in the header part. Now we will start with the body part. We'll have a container, basically it will wrap all our codes, so which is container. And it's always best practiced to name our end tag as well, because most cases we get confused when we have a big coding up and down and we never know like where it starts and where it ends. Most cases we will able to identify the start by our classes or IDs, but we won't know where it's ending. So this is always a best practice to keep our end tag as well, with a comment line says which tag it is. In case if we are using ID, then you can have hash. It's anyway, it's up to your flavor of works. You can even have a different way of commenting as well. And we will have our company logo. We will also say this, we will call this class as company logo. And there also we go with our end tag labeling, sorry, comment line. Let's add our logo here. The source is this will be our logo.png. The colored one we'll be using here. So we'll say images slash logo.png. Okay, so if we go and refresh now, we have our logo appearing. So here we will define our classes, the classes details basically. So we'll say how the body is going to look. We'll say our body will have a background of silver, and we have font family defined, which will be Arial in our case. We'll have font size defined as a 12 pixels. So we will have a gray background, as which we mentioned as silver. Now we will define the container. The container background will be white. Background is white, so we have it white background. Let's give a width for this, which is 1000 pixel. So this is it. We will need to now center it. So the way to center, we will have to set up margin. The top and bottom is 0 and left and right is going to be auto, which will center the content basically. And let's give a padding for it so that the logo don't get stick to the edges. So which is 20 pixels. If you notice, when I refresh this, we will have a changes in our width. Basically, whenever you add padding, it will affect your width. Basically now 20 pixel on your left, 20 pixel on your left, 20 pixel on your top, 20 pixel on your bottom. So basically at present the width is 1040. So to solve this, there is something called box sizing. Box sizing, which we say border box. By this you can see that box size is reduced. Basically we will make sure that our padding won't affect our width. Let's do our main menu now. I prefer always to have our end tag with the command line so that we know where it ends. Now let's create the menus. So unordered list, inside that we'll have li, total 3 numbers. If you have emit installed in your Sublime, you have this auto generated codes. It's very handy. You can try it later, or I'll cover up sometime in some other video in future. So we have our li tag created. Inside that, let's have our anchor tags. So the link will be index.html, the file presently we are working on, and the other one is vision mission.html, which is going to be vision ampersand mission and then the last, which is contact us.html, which will be basically contact us. So if we refresh now, we have our menus. If we click on them, it goes to index.html, other one goes to vision, but we don't have the page created yet now, and we have the contact us.html. let's just let's make it to look better. We'll have to style this now. So let's add our classes information, which is main menu. So we'll say the background is going to be FC3, which is yellow, and we'll have padding added to this, 1 pixel top and bottom and 0 pixel left and right. And then the margin is going to be 5 pixel top and bottom and 0 pixel left and right. Let's see the difference. So this is what we got now. let's have little corner curved, which looks pretty good. So to have that, border radius 5 pixel. If you notice now, I'm going to refresh now, it's curved. So basically all the 4 corners will look curved. And now let's style the way of looking of the li tag, which is main menu, inside main menu, inside ul li, This is the way how we select it. So we say list style is none and display inline block. When we say list style none, we actually get rid of this dots here, and when we say inline blocks, we basically get them in one single row. And we'll have to give more info about our anchor tag, which we will do now. So we'll say padding is going to be 8 pixel top and bottom and 15 pixel left and right. So we'll get space between each one of them, and we'll have text decoration none, so we can get rid of this lines. And we say color 047, which is kind of this blue. We got that changed. And we say font weight going to be bold. Border radius, same how we have curved the corner in our main menu BG. So here also is going to be curved. It is not visible now because we don't have uh, any background set to this class as of now. We will when we hover over the menus, we really don't have any effects added. Let's have that get added. So we'll get rid of this. Let's say hover. Over the hover, we'll have the background change to 7, and then the inside color will be white. If you see now on rollover, we have blue color back with the curved corner as well. So this is the effect that we get from this curve. Let's say if we, in case we remove it, it's box. So that was the difference that we got from the border radius. And now let's have a header image to furnish this part. Header as usual. So we'll say header image. Let's have our image added. We can just take a place image.com image just for our demo purpose. So we'll say img http:// place img.com slash 960 width and 300 height. I prefer architect type of pictures, so this will give you basically image. So if you see now, we have our image added here. And why did we choose basically 960? Because our total width is 1000, our padding given to this is 20, so left and right 20 is 40, so 1000 minus 40, 960. That's the reason why we go for 960, and that's how it's getting fit into box properly. Let's give a same rounder corner effect over this big image also, so which is header img, border radius is 5 pixel. See, I have given a border radius now, but you won't see any effect as of now because the div actually is around a corner, but the image within that doesn't have that because they are shown out of the excuse me, out of the width, basically out of the div actually. So to get rid of that, we'll have to hide them, that that are overflowing. So we'll say hidden, overflow hidden. So if you see now, our images get round a corner. Now let's code our body part. In this case, we'll be having our text area as well as a sidebar. So we will have a wrapper for both of them. So we'll call them body wrap, because I prefer to keep them in a separate section so we can have them uh, divided into many other parts as well. So let's have our sidebar content. So this will be basically sidebar. So we will have an h3 tag which will say sidebar, just for an reference, and we'll not be going to work too deep in sidebar, though the coding are going to be the same, very similar. We'll have just some image added to this. So we'll say http colon slash slash placeimage.com slash, we'll say let's say 300 pixel and 200 pixel height, and we can have maybe nature. Okay, and let's have little break between. It's going to be the same, and we'll have little smaller in size, and we will have here people. See, actually I know they have architect and nature and people, but in your case you can just go to placeimg.com. They have plenty of animal, architect, nature, people, tech. There's so many, and you can have grayscale and sepia as a filters as well, and you can define. So you can see whenever you change them, you can have the changes appears here. So this will give you an idea like what kind of, so in long run you can get, you can just start using them from here, and they're easy for dummy purposes. So let's refresh ours. We have our sidebar to images. Let's have the sidebar on our right side, and we will also have our body text added, which will say text body, command line. We'll have header 2, we'll have ellipsum added, and we will have a small para also from ellipsum. We'll have few paras added, so that we know how the text flow is going to look actually. And so if we see now, we have our text, we have our two images, but it doesn't look the way we actually wanted to have them, because on our preview we see that the sidebar was on right and the text was flowing, and the headline was differently shown. So let's just try the same. Let's have our sidebar information added. So body wrap, and this is the wrap that we used here, and dot sidebar. So we say float right, and we'll give a width of 300 pixel. So our sidebar is already on our right hand side, but still the text flow is not controlled. Let's have some classes added to control our text. We also need to define our which is margin 10 pixel top and bottom, and then the 0 left and right. This can give little breathing space from top to bottom, top and bottom, sorry. We can get that adjusted maybe in future if you require. Let's have our body text arranged. So this is text body. We'll say the width is going to be 630 pixel. So we now it doesn't go beyond this line. Let's style our h2 tag. Body wrap h2. So here it is, color is going to be has 047, the blue that we used on the logo. Border left is going to be 5 pixel solid. The yellow. Basically with this effect we'll have a small line added here and the color changed. Let's also have some padding added so that it look better. 10 pixel top and bottom and 20 pixel left and right. Let's see. So we have a space here. So there's a line and then space just added. And still the text is not aligned. Let's have our paragraph also changed. So body wrap paragraph will be text align justified. Now the text looks just neat and clean. We also have our image here, we also have our sidebar, and we have our menus, so it's pretty good. Now it's time to have our footer added. Class footer, which we class footer. So we'll also have the in command line defined, and we'll be having two divs. Div one says tutorial by codev.io. The one says all rights reserved. And this copy will give you the copy and add kind of look. And 2006. Let's refresh and see. So we have our footer added, and let's also style them now. The background is going to be gray, and the box, we will give the box sizing as well so that our padding won't affect our width. So it will be a border box. Let's give a padding of 10 pixel top and bottom and 20 pixel left and right. Sorry, there's a semicolon extra added, and the text color is going to be white. So we have them, but let's have the tutorial by codev on your right and the all right reserved on your left. So to do this, you can just have a small inline class added. So we say float right. So in this case, we don't create the class, we just only define our style within the div. We refresh now. So here we have our first page done. Let's also have our vision and mission and contact us page. So the easiest way to get them done, let's just duplicate this page and call them vision and mission.html, and one another says that contact us.html. On vision and mission, we will just have our content changed, saying that we will have everything as it is and just have little changes, and the page name is going to be vision amp mission statement, and we will also have a subheader says, which will be h3 again, vision. Okay, and let's get rid of our first para and one line. We'll have one more says that just with the we'll need to have some break to show little space between each, and have mission and we will remove some lines so to see some different from our first page. So refresh, let's go to our vision and mission. Oh yes, here we have the vision and mission, but let's have this vision and mission little styled. So we can say here body tag h2, so let's add one more here, which is h3, because here what we have is h3. the, the color is going to be yellow, and then the background is going to be as 047, and padding, sorry, and padding is going to be 5 pixel, top, right, bottom and left. So if we see now, this is the change we get. So how does it look? We even earlier used h3 here, so that also got changed along with this. So now let's do our contact us page, and we can just close these pages. Let's have our Google map added. So basically when you have them, you have a share and embed. Just click on this, you have map embed one. This URL you need to copy it completely, and this is the size as a now. You can also customize this size. In our case, we have text body 630 pixels width, so we can have them 630 pixel and 200 pixel height, so you can just preview the actual. So this is how it will be looking. So we'll go for the same and copy this text. So at present now we'll have our headline changed, which is contact. Also have our and let's get rid of this text. Here we are going to have a small form here. So let's just preview and see how does our map look. This is the map, how it actually comes. So let's have our input added. So first let's wrap this, because keeping our things wrapped in a container is always a good practice. I'll say generic form, so we can reuse them later in somewhere in our website as well. Generic form, and we will have our form let's say the action is going to be nothing. We will just post back to the same. Let's say the input text, its full name, full name. We'll also put the contact number, contact number, contact number. Let's have one more field for the email ID. We'll also tell them as text only. And then the last one is text area, which will give a ID of description and name as same description. And the last one is a button to submit. Otherwise we won't be able to submit it. Let's say submit. If you refresh the page now, we have a text box appearing here, but they don't look them nice. They don't look the way that we wanted. So let's first give them the size and the styling informations. So, generic form, and then inputs, how are they going to look? The border is going to look 1 pixel, solid gray, and display will say block this time. By this we'll have 1 pixel as a border and block means it won't look in one single line, because before, if you remember, we used inline blocks. They were looking, they came in single line. In this case, when we say block, they are in individual lines. So let's give them a width of 80%. So this we give them almost full 80%, and we say margin of 25 pixel top and bottom, and auto for left and right, so it will center as we seen before. And let's give border radius as well here, which is 5 pixel. Last but not least, we'll also have the padding added, so 15 pixel top and bottom and 10 pixel left and right. So with this we have a nice looking size of, we actually don't know these fields actually for what. There is a way to name them. There is something called placeholder. By giving this, you can give first name, last name. Again, another one says the same. Here we say contact number. Other one we say valid email address. Here we just say description. If we refresh now, it shows like this is for first name and last name, and this for email ID, and this is the button. Let's get styled our text area. We'll be just doing a copy paste of the same, as we'll be having the same design added to that. And this is our button, so let's have our button also changed. So generic form input, but we can have a peso selector here. Type is equal to submit. So here we say the width is 20%. So the width is smaller now. Let's also give an effect when we hover, like here. When we hover over this, we have our effect added to this. So the same way, let's have here also effect added. So when hovering here, the background is going to be 047, the color is going to be white, and the cursor, because now when we come, the cursor does not change. The cursor is going to be pointer. If you refresh now, we have the changes added to our button. So we have our home page, we have our vision page, we have our contact. In some other tutorial, we'll see how we can have our form working and how can we validate the forms and how can we control or do a server-side programming for forms and kind of thing for dynamic content. However, I'll be having a responsive version of the same website. Please subscribe to my channel and stay tuned. Thank you.